What's up, guys? This is the Beyond Prosperous podcast where I talk about practical principles to push you to prosperity and purpose. And so today we're going to talk about understanding passion. And this is so important, especially for me, because I see a world where if everyone decides to live in their purpose, more than likely they will be living in their passion. More than likely they'll be living every single day doing what they're passionate about, not necessarily because it's what their purpose is right now, but understanding that the destination is on the other side of continuing to chase their purpose. And so understanding purpose, I'm going to share a story with you about quitting football. I may have shared the story before, but I think it's perfect for to understand this point of understanding passion. And so growing up, for most of my life, like for most of my early life, I played football. Football was the thing that I was known for. It was the thing that I did amazing on top of, excelling in school and stuff like that. But football was my extra curriculum that I just loved to do. Like it was so weird because I was a quiet guy. I wasn't super aggressive off the football field, but when I was on the field, I turned into a beast. So I went basically literally, I played Little League, middle school, high school, and some college. And when I got to college, things changed for me. I was basically around the time I was 17, I was looking and trying to understand the purpose that God had for my life. And so while I have this passion to play football, I'm constantly trying to align my life with what God would have me to do. And so I'm playing high school football. My senior year went amazing. I'm thinking I'm going to get scholarships everywhere for football, but it didn't happen that way. Instead, I went to a college that, yes, I did get a scholarship for, but it wasn't the kind of scholarship that I really wanted, right? It wasn't a full ride. And so I went to this school and I ended up transferring. And as while I was at the first school, I'm playing football and it's hard. When you think about high school football transitioning from high school to college, like it is very difficult because it's no longer an extracurriculum activity. Now it's a business. It really is. And so I'm at this school and we really have a pretty good season. We're putting in the hard work. We're waking up every single day like 4:30, going to practice. Then we go to class. Then we work out again in the middle of the day. Then we go back to practice that afternoon. And so every single day we're continuing to build. We're continuing to grow and get better. And so like I put all this time in. I transfer to this next school and I'm really wanting to play football and continue that passion that I have, and for whatever reason the passion starts to dwindle. It starts to dwindle away. And so while I'm seeking this purpose of mine, initially believing that it's to go to the NFL, I'm slowly starting to see something different. Not clearly, but slowly starting to see something different for my life. And some of you may have been in this situation where you've been pursuing something, you've been chasing something and thinking that it's going to be that thing that you're supposed to commit your life to, and it turns out to not be that. And so I go to this next school, and the reason that I even transferred there is because when I went to visit, literally on my own, I went up there and I ran into this Christian group, right? I ran into this Christian group, and like I said, I'm trying to align my life with what I believe God has for me. And so I'm still, my intentions is to go to this school, play football, and be connected to this Christian group to basically keep me connected to God, keep me growing in God. And so the craziest thing happened. I went there, I ended up making the team, but I quit because I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that was what I was supposed to be doing anymore. I didn't feel the passion there. And so imagine moving to a new school, like you way out of your comfort zone, and the thing that you were most comfortable with is now no longer there. And so I go to this school, and I mean, I stopped playing football. So now I'm talking to God, like I'm leaning all the way on God. Like, God, what now? I tell my family, I'm like, I'm choosing to not play football anymore. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to do in that time of my life. Because that's what I was known for. I was known for the one that when he got on the field, he became a beast. He was like so excellent in what he did on the, like, I was that guy. And so to tell my family that it was different. And so, like I said, I met this Christian group. And so when the football didn't work, I'm talking to God and I'm like, God, what am I supposed to do now? And I ended up going to, like, while I was in football or doing football, I would go to every single Bible study I could make. I would go to everything that they had, and it just so happened I became friends with the leader of the organization. So when I decided to stop playing football, I also talked to him and let him know kind of how I was feeling, what was going on, and I ended up becoming a leader in that organization. And from there, I became a minister. From there, I became an ordained minister. And so from there, I continued to grow. And now I'm speaking to you from a place of losing the very thing that I thought was my entire life, that I thought was the passion, that the thing that I could give all of my passion, all of myself to. And then it changed. So what am I saying? Understanding passion, realizing that the passion, the thing that you have passion for may change, but you have the potential to put your passion in a place that will continue to grow, that will continue to feed you, and understanding that, man, like that thing is not you. So football wasn't me. If it was basketball, it's not me. Even being a pastor is not me. I am Raequane Jones. My passion is put into ministry now, into speaking, into coaching, into influencing. So my passion, like, I believe we all have a passion for something, but many times along the way, we lose what we thought that we were passionate about, and then we lose direction and no longer put our passion into anything. And so, like I said, I see a world of everyone living in their passion, in their purpose every single day. So imagine yourself being in a place where you may be in a transition job, but you understand in your mind what you're leading to, what you're getting to, what you're going to, because this passion that's driving you. And I've heard it this way: working hard for something you don't believe in is stress. Working hard for something you do believe in is passion. So understanding that your passion is the ability to work hard for something that is difficult, but that you're absolutely certain you're going to be doing, that you're going to be increased by, that you're going to be built by, and being able to push through the hardships, overcome the obstacles, that's passion. But when you're doing something that you're not super passionate about, but it's hard, you have to get around those obstacles, many times that causes stress. And while everything in your life won't be something that you love to do, eventually, if you continue to chase your passion, you will be able to put people in place to do those things that you're not passionate about, that they may be passionate about. So now they're living in their purpose and you're living in your purpose. And so you're creating an environment of everyone living prosperity, like beyond prosperous. Like, it's not just about making the money, but it's about living in that purpose in an environment where everyone is living in purpose. Imagine the positive, like imagine the affirmation, imagine what you're creating when you create an environment like that, when you create a group like that, where you're no longer doing it just to be doing it, but you're doing it with purpose. And so, especially talking to my leaders and my influencers, when you're in a position of leadership, your job is to provide vision. So while you fixing all the puzzle pieces to fit into the right place, everybody that have a passion and a purpose to be in that environment, you also have to cast the vision so they know what are these puzzle pieces making. And so again, understanding passion is basically working hard for something that you truly believe in. And you'll see that passion come out of you. You'll see that grind come out of you. But when you're doing things that you don't believe in, when you're doing things that you don't feel like it's helping you, that you don't feel like it's taking you to the destination that you really want to be, then it causes stress. It causes you to pull back. And so I'm encouraging you, find out what that passion is. You may be in a transitional space. So maybe what you're doing is not the thing that you absolutely love to do, but start creating a life that's going to transition you from where you are to ultimately where you want to be. And it comes through finding that passion and to living and building your life around that passion. And so I hope that this has been helpful for you to understanding what passion is and how passion can maybe change in your life, but that doesn't mean you have to give up. That doesn't mean that life is over. So continue to grow, continue to grind, and continue to seek a life that's beyond prosperous.